There we go. Finally. It was taking a minute there for it to get locked and loaded here, but all right. Welcome back to another Dilem-Monday.
Funny, it says it. My thing doesn't say that. It says the live video hasn't started yet.
Well, it took mine a minute too. I'm sending it to you, but hello everybody.
Hello. Oh, there we go.
From
All right.
everyone in wherever land we. Again, I was being very, very back and forth about doing the show today. Not like for any like, oh God, I don't know if we should do. I was.
Well, it was one of these days that we were off. Like we had no music, we had no parties, no place to go. Lisa and I actually slept in until like 11 o'clock. Like we didn't do anything today. It was like the best day ever. No responsibilities, no place to go, no business. It was just great. It's the perfect day. So, yeah. Would that be correct, Corey, on your end? No pressure. So, but then we found out that the core four could be back together. So how could we not do this?
As a rarity.
James, welcome back.
I know, it's actually nice. Well, technically, I am on the clock, but I'm home, so I can multitask at the same time. Not that anything is going on at the moment right now, but it's okay.
Other than a whole lot of stuff in like Italy, but
yeah, but that's 8-hour difference right now. They're like sleeping.
I think we'll be okay.
We'll be good.
Yeah, there's nothing live in Italy really right now. I mean, there's people.
There's people.
but
it's a whole ass country.
The after parties.
Yeah, the after. Yeah, for all the guys who heard it won or lost, they're still partying hardy.
Yeah.
But there is a lot going on though right now. We had All-Star Game weekend, right? Which was,
Does anyone even watch that anymore?
So okay. I usually don't, but I don't know. Lisa had it on. So I was like, all right. I watched the 3-point competition to start. And they were great. I mean, the shooting, because the game's changed so much, the 3-point shooting is far better. What the hell just happened? Oops. Okay. Far better than it used to be. So almost to the point that it isn't even fun because everybody's so good.
Yeah.
But there was a winner, and what's his name from Portland, who hasn't played in 2 years. Yeah, Damian Lillard. Yeah, hasn't played in 2 years. He won the 3-point competition. So I guess we know what he's been doing for the past 2 years.
Yeah,
shooting threes all over. Then I watched a ridiculous shooting competition with 4 people. It was very silly. But then I watched the slam dunk competition. And yeah, I see it. So as good as I said that 3-point shooting has gotten progressing to a whole other level than it was 20 years ago, the slam dunk competition was so putrid and unimpressive. For the people that are telling me that these guys are such great athletes, no, it was dreadful.
It was awful.
Wasn't good.
I mean, when we're talking about things that used to get done and aren't done anymore. By the way, Brent Barry is just as obnoxious as his old man. And I love Rick Barry. He's one of my favorite players of all time. But he scored everybody the lowest score every single time. He's just as nitpicky as his old man. It was kind of funny. But, yeah, no, that slam dunk competition, no one there would have even been able to compete in the 80s. That's how poor I thought it was. So the next time I have some young punk telling me that the guys in the 80s and 90s and 70s were plumbers, I want them to watch this competition. Please tell me who's a better athlete.
I don't know. Here's the one thing about the slam dunk contest. I don't understand why they don't get like superstars. Like I don't understand why Wembanyama wasn't in it they get like these like four guys who I'm not very familiar with their game, and I'm like, oh, you expect them to blow me away with whatever the hell they got?
Well, I would have been happy if Jason Richardson Jr.'s dad was participating because he was really good.
It was solid, yeah.
But no, because LeBron James has never participated.
No. Oh wait, no, I knew that. Kind of crazy.
Never. And he's been in the league 22 years because these guys don't want to lose.
No, of course not.
We're back in the day, Jordan, Dominique Wilkins, Dr. J. Everybody did it. You wanted to actually, you put it on the line and you went to go for it. So, whatever. The best guys. And then they wouldn't let the kid who would have won again, who's in like the G League, who they bring up usually just to play this event.
Yeah.
What's that kid's name?
Oh, Mac McClung. I think that's
the little white guy, that can jump.
I think he's two-time slam dunk champion or something like that, which is like unreal.
Yeah, and he's played like 3 games in the NBA in the past 3 seasons.
Because he's not very good.
Well, I think they just don't want to give him a shot, but that's besides. I mean, obviously his defense has got to be really bad, or something isn't there, because certainly his athleticism is super. So I don't know what the deal is, but yeah, evidently guys said they wouldn't participate at all if they let him play, which, whatever.
Salty.
That's so
salty.
That's what they say. But yeah. So Corey, one of the great actors of all time passed today. He
followed the rules. He followed the rules. So Mr. Duval did follow the rules about passing before the beginning of Dilem-Monday, and not dying on Tuesday. Again, as we've mentioned, any other day of the week besides Tuesday. Because again, Wednesday is fine because we're in preparation for the next episode. We can get it into the mix, right? But Tuesday, it's like, man, you're just teasing us. Because that's content, and like people's mortal ends have to, make it happen. Funny story with that. So I forget if it was the King George prior to the now Queen's. I think it was the Queen's grandfather. He was. Thank you. That's what I'm doing. It's called telling a story, right? So, and he was dying. He was starting to but it was going way too slow. And the Times in London was like, we need to be ready to print this, and we want this in the morning edition. They gave the man morphine and killed him.
I'm sorry, what the hell's going on here?
They killed the king so it could make the morning paper without any problem.
Is there truth behind where
this is a 100% real thing.
All right, this has to be Googled. I'm not buying it. I think this is a wise tale of nonsense.
That might have been legal then. Honestly, that was a while ago.
To kill the king?
Maybe if the morphine company had a say in it, I don't know. Or the guy who owned the cart on the corner or whoever was selling morphine at that point in history.
Okay, that was a long story.
So just using the Google AI overview, yes, King George's death was hastened by a fatal intentional injection of morphine and cocaine administered by his physician, Lord Dawson of Penn, on January 20th, 1936. The dose was given to ease the suffering and to ensure his death occurred in time with the morning's edition of the Times newspaper rather than a less appropriate evening paper.
Isn't that also how Michael Jackson went, but not for that reason?
Yeah, it's not intentionally.
Yeah.
Speaking of, anyone else want to see the movie? It looks good.
Do.
It looks great. It looks
Is
great.
it out already?
I know it's coming out. Unlike Michael. Whoa. But no, it's his nephew.
It looks exactly like him.
It's frightening. Let's see if we can pull up a photo.
Oh, wait, were we done with Robert Duval? We took a.
Robert Duval. So Robert Duval. He's
We've been circling multiple airports, and somehow we ended up in Meadowland Ranch.
Corey gave this whole speech on why it's important for you to die on time so that we can talk about him.
Exactly.
So he gives them absolutely no time and jumps over to Michael Jackson.
But yeah, no, Robert Duval
could navigate from Robert Duval to Michael Jackson by way of King George VI. That was an interesting journey.
Interesting segue, right there.
Kevin Bacon's involved, I'm sure.
No, but it's so yeah. So we're talking 95 years old. Great run, great run. 95.
Yeah,
like
96.
we're not like feeling like he got cheated or anything. But when you have an artist of such magnitude, of such importance, you have to stop and like think about it for a minute. Like think about everything this dude ever did.
But does everybody still go back? He's Tom Hagen.
Yes.
Yeah, of course.
Right? I mean, and how early in his career, by the way, what I said to Corey was the only person still survived. Well, I guess there's two. Al Pacino and Talia Shire are the only two left.
Oh, from the original Godfather?
Yeah.
That is true.
Yeah, Diane Keaton not that long ago.
Yeah, she just passed. So
okay.
But I have the list here just to pull it up. And like, that's just one of the great movies he was in. He was let's not forget his first major film role. He was Boo Radley in To Kill a Mockingbird.
Yes, he had decades-long career.
Yeah, that was 62.
Almost 50 years of work. Because I don't think he did any movies in the 2020s.
He probably.
I don't think so either. But yeah, he was the original Frank Burns in the MASH film. Then Tom Hagen and Jesse James. He played Jesse James in the Great Northfield of Minnesota Raid. He was in the original True Grit film. Godfather Part 2. I'm going through just Network. He was in Network and Apocalypse. Yeah.
Oh, I don't remember that. Okay, it's been a while since
Frank
I've seen
Hackett. He was in Apocalypse Now.
Well,
it's his line. He has the line of the movie.
I know the one you're missing, The Great Santini.
Yeah.
Days of Thunder.
Yep.
Days of Thunder. Okay.
Days of Thunder, actually. It was the only good part of that entire movie. That was such a bad movie.
He was in the Confederate propaganda film Gods and Generals. He played Robert E. Lee.
I never heard of that movie, so
it is a straight up Southern apologist. The South Will Rise Again film.
It's not worth going over. No.
Gettysburg was the better film, and Martin Sheen was the better Robert E. Lee.
Did you say The Apostle?
No, I did not.
That was in the 90s,
right? That was a really good movie.
The most recent one I can think of for him, I think it was called The Judge. It was
that was a great movie.
Yeah,
that's good. I like
mine was last, but it's the newest one I can come up with offhand.
Yeah, no, that was and he plays a dying.
Dying judge.
Yeah, but Robert Downey was his son and going through such emotions but Robert Duval, he just played a great. He was fantastic in that. Obviously MASH, John Q. I'm looking To Kill a Mockingbird.
That was early 2010s, I think.
I think it was 2014. I want to say.
Okay.
He also, by the way, in the early 2000s, he actually voiced his character in The Godfather video games.
I didn't know there were Godfather video games.
They were. I'm not a huge gamer, but from what I know, they weren't bad. They were always well regarded as like decent.
I would imagine whoever had like governance over that wouldn't allow something.
Definitely better than the Sopranos video game, The Road to Respect.
Oh,
I got panned badly.
So I'm finally in the middle of it. I'm finally doing the big sit down of actually from start to finish. I'm in season 5
of The Sopranos.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! It's so good.
It's the best TV show of all time.
It very well might be.
It might be. It is. It is.
Wow.
It was. Obviously, I watched it when it was on. I love The Sopranos. and partially, my family was in Newark. Um, as I might have said at one point, my great grandfather was a Russian colonel who came over here, and had some things going on in Newark when he came over, 100 years or so ago. No, it was always kind of cool watching The Sopranos and how that all went down. And those of us who lived and grew up in New York and knew all the guys, it was people that you knew. I could relate to a lot of the stuff. So I love The Sopranos.
Oh.
It was absolutely one of my favorite shows ever.
I have a hot take of who my favorite couple in the series is.
Oh.
And I want everyone to know this. How do you not adore Johnny Sack and Ginny? I love them. Oh my God, they're the only two genuine characters in the whole. Like, they adore each other. They love each other.
I knew you were going to say that, and I just don't care about either one of them.
It's so cute.
I'm a Johnny Sack guy.
He loves him.
I love his outburst.
He loves her. And he's the only one who's not scummy to his wife. He doesn't, he
doesn't have a Goomba.
No, he does not.
No.
He does not have a side piece. No, sir, Johnny Sack does not. No, he was a good guy, and he stood up for his wife. He was willing to kill for his wife.
Smoke more than him? That guy had a cigarette the entire show. Like, he never.
You told me you were gonna quit because she loved him.
Nicotine's an addictive substance.
Then he found the box of candy bars.
Yeah.
And he was mad, but in the end, he knew that she was hurting, and they like, oh God, that's one of the best scenes in the entire show because he just adores her.
Whoa. Best scenes in the entire. I don't know about that.
No, because it was real human feel. There was so many, it was one of the nicest moments. Like, you felt like, oh.
No disrespect, I can name 15 scenes better
than
that.
But it was so sweet. It was innocent and nice, which that show does not have a lot of.
Okay, first of all, the thing that I want, James Gandolfini probably played that role maybe as good as any actor in the history of television playing a role. I mean, Dave, what do you think about that one?
Oh, don't do this. You don't want to hear my answer.
No.
Oh,
no.
He's never seen it. That's what he's going to tell you.
Oh, get Max, put it on. It's worth the adventure.
All right. We will get James' opinion on this one. James, how do you feel about it? Do you think that I'm over or selling it correctly?
Well,
or underselling it even.
No Tony Soprano. There would have been no Walter White, no anti-hero that everyone seems to be loving in this day and age. But the thing with James Gandolfini is that he played that role so spot on with all the emotions, the breathing, the anger, the slight emotions he felt. Everything was just like spot on. I can't think of anyone that could have done a better job, like you said, in TV than James Gandolfini.
Whereas, and I get Edie Falco did a good job. I just couldn't stand her.
She was amazing.
I found her part just whiny and annoying.
By the way, just for clarification for
what?
For our audience, Goomba. The other term is offensive. Goomba.
That was Goomba.
No, that's the offensive term for an Italian.
Oh fuck, my bad.
The Goomba, that's your side.
Oh, Goomba.
Goomba's your side piece.
Oh, I felt. Well, I might have just pissed off a bunch of Italians right now.
Yes. But so this is where my wife and I agree. Edie Falco was just annoying. Lisa said she's annoying. I found her annoying. She just, I couldn't bear. I don't blame him for cheating. He should have continued to cheat. He should have never not cheated. I wouldn't have ever come home if she was my wife. She was so annoying. No, she just was. I don't get why he would stay with her. She's horrible. She should have had an accident that no one remembered.
It was just so delusional of what he's been doing, like on the side. Like, come on, you know he's part of the organized crime. Who the fuck are you, Phil?
Well, she always knew that.
She's just as guilty.
I know exactly.
And again, I'm not gonna get
to her benefit. She reminded him how he could help.
Just don't take 40 grand from the bird feeder, and then you're good to go.
Yeah, hello with that one. Should have been left somewhere.
Yeah, but obviously we don't want to spoil for
Dave.
Yeah, and also because again, I'm still only in the middle of season 5.
Okay, I'm not gonna go further than that.
But no, I love that show.
We're dealing with the fallout of the bird feeder.
But I'll tell you what, the original HBO show Oz. Might be the scariest show. I think that should be shown in every high school in America to say this is where you don't want to end up. Straighten yourself out. You know, that scared straight thing.
Mm-hmm.
Show Oz.
Oz is.
Dave, you never saw Oz either, did you?
Oh, Oz is amazing, though.
That one I don't want to redo.
Oh, it's so good, though. Oh, man.
I would have nightmares about that show.
I mean, J.K. Simmons as Schillinger?
Oh, yep, the Nazi.
Amazing, yeah.
How about what's his name from SVU?
Oh, Christopher.
Oh, God.
Oh,
he's the most awful human being in the world. I still can never watch SVU and see his character and not think of who he was in Oz. Like, that's just, he was such a horrible person.
Terrible person.
Frightening. But yeah.
Great show, though. Great show.
I think those are the two best written. And remember, most of the people that were in Oz ended up in The Sopranos, which is why.
And on SVU.
Yeah.
Well, that too. Yeah. Yeah. No.
Well, and remember, this is that same time. And again, I always bring it up, but you have 3 shows going for all the awards and all the Emmys at this moment. You have The Sopranos, you have ER, you have The West Wing. There's just one moment in television.
You gotta get in the damn West Wing.
I'm sorry, as far as Emmy counts go,
no one
it's up
cared
there
about it. I watched The Sopranos.
And the thing I always said, if The West Wing could have been on HBO, like the ability, some of the plot lines they could have gone. Oh,
all right. Can we never talk about The West Wing? It's just not when I'm comparing it to The Sopranos and Oz. But
I thought you were gonna say The Wire, which I have an extremely hot take. The Wire.
I never watched The Wire.
The Wire, in my opinion, is one of the most overrated shows of all time.
Then I'm glad I never watched it.
I watched maybe the first 7 episodes. I just could not get into it at all. Just could not get into it.
Yeah,
I never did it.
Where you mentioned whatchamacallit with the drugs in New Mexico.
Breaking Bad.
Narcos.
Breaking Bad.
Breaking Bad's phenomenal. Oh man.
So I never watched it when it was on. That was one of my during our 3 years that we were home all the time, the 12 months pandemic shows, where I got through all those seasons. I watched Better Call Saul. I watched all that stuff. Breaking Bad was really, really good. It was high thrill intensity. But I would still go with The Sopranos over Breaking Bad.
No, I agree with that.
Oz, I would have a tough time. Oz was just frightening to me.
Yeah.
It's so scary. Terrible. By the way, Rita Moreno was in Oz. How
That's
cool
right.
was
She's still alive, by the way.
She's kicking, man. She's still fun and flirting with men. When she
She's
comes
like
on,
She's like in her early
she's in her 90s. Yeah. When she comes on, she hits on Craig Melvin every time on the Today Show. I think Craig's still tempted.
Speaking of, have we brought that up?
Oh, the Savannah Guthrie.
The kidnapping?
Yeah. What the? I don't like. Again, I think I'm like the producer of the show. I should have. Maybe this fits within the rules, but oh my god, this what week 2 of this?
It's not very good. That's all I can say.
Oh,
I mean,
Of all the people.
Well, you know, just looking at like how this has gone down. Look, I hope she's alive, but I can't imagine if this was meant to be, if this was a plan that they knew about her, type of thing, who it actually was, not just some rich person on the block. There would be video that she's alive. Like I don't. There's no way. I feel the way this has been done. This was an F up to the max. Like there's just something so wrong about everything that's happened with this. You know,
she totally disappeared. There's like without a trace.
Yeah, I mean, I gotta believe that they. I look. You know what? I don't know. I don't know if it was somebody who's been planning it, but it just doesn't make sense to me how this has played out. I mean, Dave, right? Does it make sense that there's?
No, I just also feel like that you hardly ever hear kidnapping stories in the news. I mean, granted, there's a lot of chaos in the news anyway, but this just seems like I don't remember the last time there was a national kidnapping story. It's bizarre on so many levels.
Yeah, like of an individual, like one person, like
it just seems so botched. It seems like she fought, and I don't think she made it. I think someone screwed up really badly. If it was meant to be a hostage situation, kidnapping, as opposed to a robbery, and then they realized who they, intervened with or whatever, or whatever. It's just such a. I feel so bad for Savannah Guthrie. I feel bad for everybody on the show, to be honest.
Yeah.
With you. Because that's got to make you feel a lot unsafe. Especially until they find out what happened here. Because if you're on that show, are they going to target everybody's parents now? Are they going to, like James, you know about it with the basketball players, where they were going after all the pro basketball players and they had robbed all those houses.
Yeah. No, it's a very scary situation. Obviously, that whole thing with Savannah Guthrie, and I don't know what's going on in this world. Honestly, it's crazy.
Oh, God damn.
She's one of those few people that gets along with everybody.
Yeah.
She's
nice.
And this, no politics here in the sense, but when the president was told about it, he goes, "I like Savannah. We have always gotten along. She's always been a nice person to me." And I'm just saying, like, she's one of those people who conveys on both or relates to both sides of everything. And I've listened to the people on, by the way, my wife doesn't allow me to watch any other news other than NBC Today show. So I'm fairly an expert on NBC. I didn't know we own stock in Universal NBC because we don't, unless one of our mutual funds does. But Lisa has a definite that we have to watch that station. So I watch the Today Show every single day. She's just beloved by everybody. Like they said, Savannah was the first person to call when anybody's sick, when someone's mother is ill or anything. Like she's just a good person. And she's a very talented person too. She's a lawyer. She also won a singing competition, a songwriting competition while she was in college. She's like a very accomplished
songwriter.
Yeah. And she can play guitar. I've heard her. So it just seems kind of cool. So I feel, not that I wouldn't feel bad for anybody in the same situation, but Savannah just seems like a very nice person. I've never heard anybody say anything bad about Savannah Guthrie. So this is really just mean, horrible. But yeah. We had an idiot go to an ice skating rink today and blow 3 people away. His own kids and mom. His own kids and ex-wife or wife. So, but let's stay off this kind of thing. That's
yeah.
I try my best to stay off the news because, especially with how horrific everything has been recently, is just like
everything sucks.
Everything.
So speaking of the word sucks, let's talk about the Quad King. The Quad King.
Oh,
Quad King.
Are we talking about sucking or are we talking about choking?
Well, yeah, he choked.
And
The-
not like Ralphie boy.
No, this was
I'm very
one of the great, like, biggest flops maybe in Olympic history. This guy was being handed the gold medal in the ice skating, deal. He was ahead, and they said his program, as long as he doesn't, fall down multiple times.
As long as the bus don't hit you, well, the bus slammed him like that scene in Mean Girls.
Crib froze.
Yeah.
Oh,
I think
I'm
you're dead.
back.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know where everybody else is.
we're here.
Talking about choking, Corey's. Your
What?
podcast is choking right now.
You're you're still
Okay, are we all
talking.
back?
We've been
I
here.
can hear you.
You're the outside man.
Oh, because everybody went away. Okay, everybody kind of went away. But no, that guy, all he had to do is just complete it even partially and not fall down twice, and he was winning. Because his how hard his program is, and he was supposed to win. No one was even supposed to be even remotely close to him, and the guy falls twice, takes 8th place. Like, what a choke job!
Yeah,
Horrific.
Sad.
Never has a guy been supposed to win and lose the way he did. Terrible.
Anyone who goes by refers to themselves by the nickname that other people have given him, he refers to himself as Quad God. I'm like, no, ew, ew.
He
Quad God here. I'm like, oh.
Now the other one that I have a problem with, and they did not choke. They were fantastic. Were the ice dancers?
Uh-huh.
They had a perfect program. The Americans. They were fantastic. And the couple that they train with that went after them, who was a newer skate, but I think the whole new thing. You train together for a year. You're both high caliber gold medalists. I don't think that really matters that nonsense.
It's crazy. It's
but
crazy.
Evidently,
yeah. You there?
Well, what I was going to say, evidently, the French judge marked them at the lowest score, like a point below every other person did, and then they rated the French team higher than anybody else, and that was enough to make the Americans come in second place. And that's ridiculous. And it's always the French judge. I don't understand how that's allowed. And
it should go back to the way they used to do it, where the highest and lowest scores get
thrown out. Well, and that's got to be challenged. Someone's got to look over the routine and just say, hey, that's, everybody else marked it this way. I can you can give your own country whatever you want on the rating, but the way you rated the Americans was clearly a farce, and that should get thrown out. Have you guys been watching the Olympics at all, or Dave?
Sparingly, not like looking for any specific events, but if a free night, I'll put it on and just watch some stuff. It's been interesting. I don't know if I saw the thing you're talking about.
You know what I did like about the Olympics? This Olympics,
curling.
I like the curling. Curling.
Let him get to his point, and I'm going to bring up my curling point because it might have to do with the sub part of his thing.
No, and again, we were talking about Savannah not being there and the Today Show not being there. I kind of like that they're not there. I don't like that they're not there for the reason they're not there. But the Olympics, when it used to be, when I was a kid, it was ABC that did it. It was Howard Cosell and those gentlemen that did that stuff. And it was about the sport. It was about the events. I don't care about all the other nonsense and who your grandmother was and, that you plant flowers and go walking on long walks.
Yeah, just drag it out.
Oh, my God. So by not having the so-called A-team or the Today Show team that's what they do is make these stories, I'm actually able to see a lot more sport and more competition. And like, I can't stand Bob Costas. Now I know he's not on this Olympics, and the reason I can't stand him is because he tries to make an epic novel about every, like, at bat in baseball, or it's just, dude, I don't care. The guy's
The
up there
precipice
swinging
of
a bat.
history is before us. We stand with the magnitude at his shoulders, ready to go. Is he there? The gates opening as though to open into his soul. The past, present, and future coming together in one foul swoop.
That sounds
He
like
makes,
Can
he
he
makes
do it?
Howard Cosell tolerable.
It
Okay.
sounds like, it's like Charles Dickens at the mic.
Oh my God.
Don't-
And then they got the report, like after the event is over, the reporters with the deep, insightful things like, tell me what you're feeling in terms of the emotions and feelings you're having about your feelings right now. How did you think that felt? How did you go?
don't get me started on Bob Costas, because when I used to do the MLB Network showcase games, Bob Costas was the play-by-play guy. And anytime we had to pre-tape the intro, I swear, one intro took 7 takes because he kept fucking up every time. I'm like, dude.
Because he's believed his own BS, and he really thinks he's like the god of broadcasting. And it's like, dude, keep it simple, stupid.
Understanding the magnitude of every word that he says, being ready to be recorded for
All right, I'm gonna go
prosperity,
downstairs
for
and punch him
posterity.
because I can't stand.
Though he's unfortunately back, he's got a new gig.
Well, I don't care. It's unwatchable. I can tell you that.
Baseball's back on NBC.
Yeah, he's not getting a shot.
Oh, he is.
No,
No way.
no, he's not getting a shot.
Let me look at the roster.
Well, it doesn't matter. I watch the Yes Network, and I only watch one team, so I don't care.
Speaking of Yes Network, did you hear John Flaherty's not coming back?
That's interesting. No, I did not know that.
Yeah, he's not coming back to Yes. I'm a little upset by that. I was actually kind of liking him.
I like Flash.
Yeah, I was a Flash guy.
Per NBC, January 22nd, Costas has joined the new MLB team to host the official Sunday Night Baseball pregame show.
Well, that's a show I'll never watch if I even see it. Just play your mother's rule that NBC is the only station that you're allowed to watch.
Where did NBC? They're gonna have Sunday Night Sports 51 of 52 Sundays.
Well, good for them. I won't be watching it. Bob Costas is a bore.
Watch on mute then.
Yeah, I'll do what we used to do with Howard Cosell. We would just turn the radio on so I didn't have to listen to his crap. Oh God, no, but he and Bob Costas. So I'm watching a great documentary. It's on Prime right now. It's about ABA basketball and the history of the league, the 8 years, and how it all happened. Even if you're not a basketball fan, it's really neat. It's counterculture. It talks about the times, from the late 60s to the mid 70s, and how the league really was a transformation of this country at the same time. But unfortunately, yes, Bob Costas, his first gig that he ever got was with the St. Louis Spirit of the ABA.
Fresh out of announcing beer league hockey.
Yeah, he went right to the St. Louis Spirits. And on his second broadcast, he said the word blowjob and did not get fired.
That's fun. That's good.
And that is part of his the speech that he does make. But thank God they haven't used him a lot.
Talk about a guy with a mouthful. Oh.
Okay.
Oh.
Thank you. Dave is the comedian. You're not funny.
Oh.
All right.
That was perfect to do that one.
All right, but yeah, no. If you guys have Prime, if you have Prime, really watch it. It's the ABA Legend or something like that. It's great. I'm on the last episode. I watched 3 episodes today. I'd watched 2 prior. And it really tells you a whole history of the time that was going on and the 2 leagues and the merger and the players and again, for those youngsters that continue to tell me that athletes weren't good in the 60s and 70s, please watch that. You will see that.
Who said that?
Oh my goodness, go on any of these NBA sites and they're like, they were plumbers back then. Are you kidding me? Larry Bird could never play today. Rick Barry, well, he sucked. Bill Russell, are you kidding me? Yeah,
because opioids weren't rampant. What is?
yeah. I'm like, there's video of Bill Russell in a regular game, not a slam dunk competition, jumping from the foul line and not even dunking, but laying it up. Because what was Bill Russell? He was also a long jumper in track and field. He was a tremendous athlete. Will Chamberlain was a tremendous athlete. So the next time I have to hear some young kid telling me that the guys back then were plumbers, please go back and watch history. See what these guys were doing.
Let me say something. Those same people that said that the people young back then weren't athletes are probably the same people that believe in load management.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Precisely. Nonsense. You know, these guys did
history began in 2014 and nothing happened before.
Right, exactly.
Load management. I thought we were done talking about the Bob Costas quote. Oh,
geez. Once again, you're not funny. It's just don't.
Is there one of those hooks anywhere in Riemann Manor? This
oh
would be
my God! Yeah.
Wait, I can't even with it because it follows me.
He has the Orby thing, and it follows you. And you know, I've been dying to do the show in the in the he shed, and
he shed. That sounds like it.
And there's so much snow. Like we put so much thought into everything about the
building itself.
And the building itself, but we forgot that there could once again be 20 inches of snow that never melt.
I mentioned this. I would like this to be known. I did bring this up.
Okay, but I'm gonna have to figure something out for future. Obviously, this year it's tough, and I try to go there at least every other day to go back there. But
are those mats you can buy, like to if your car is stuck and the wheel is spinning in the snow? Get like a 30-foot one of those, make it red so it's like a red carpet, and then you can walk from your house.
Right. Yeah, no, I'm gonna have to do something because, you know, and or just get a snowblower that just do that, you know, the walkway through there. But yeah, I got to do something about that because I have not been able to. I mean, I've been getting there, and when you get in, it's beautiful. It's perfect 63, 64 degrees. Humidifier is on.
What, are you telling me that you can't walk on the snow?
Okay, again, I don't know why tonight you think you're funny. You're never funny except your looks because you take care of your mother. But other than that, I figured I'd beat you to that joke too. So
is walking on the snow what Jesus practiced before it melted?
Probably. It's how he figured out he had the talent.
I didn't think there was a lot of snow in Sinai, but I wasn't there.
You know, hey.
Listen, if the dude could turn water into wine, he could turn it into frozen water as well.
Oh wait, speaking of
Rosé, anybody?
So Alicia, my daughter, is in the Middle East, and she sent pictures the other day of her in she went out in the desert in outside of Doha, and they have like sandboarding. So she went down one of the giant sand dunes, you know, and it looked like so much fun. I was like,
as a snowboarder, I'd be so interested in trying that just to see how similar or different it was, just like the texture of the sand versus snow types. What brought her out there? Work?
Yeah, she has some work that she has to get done. Hopefully she's home by Thursday and everything's safe and sound.
Oof. Doha, how long a flight is that? From like 10 hours?
Well, I think she's flying 50 minutes to Abu Dhabi first.
Okay.
But yeah, it's like a 12-hour, 13-hour. But the good news is at least she works for a very big company who charges a lot of money. So she gets to sit in first class, business class, where she has like her own little apartment when she goes. You know, she sent a picture of her, you know, like leaning back, sleeping, and she had the thing they give her for her eyes, so she doesn't have to see. They keep giving you drinks.
She doesn't have to share a camel with the person in the next seat.
No, but there are some pictures of her also on a camel. She went for the little camel ride out there as well. And then she has like a falcon that they brought a falcon on her arm. They were doing like, it was kind of cool.
Falconing is one of those things that kind of like curling, that I love that we have this in the world, but like, how do you figure out you're a good falconer?
If the falcon comes back and does what you want it to do.
Wait, by the way, I meant to
like
bring
a
up my
boomerang.
point.
Yeah.
I meant to bring up my curling point, and the thing I'm loving about the Olympics right now. So the drone cameras and the drone shots we've been able to get for the ski events, the luge, skeleton, another one. On luge and skeleton, how do you figure out that you're really good at laying down on your buddy and going down a mountain together? The bobsled, but also for the curling, these camera angles and these camera shots, you know, for the first time ever, I'm actually seeing the real athleticism that goes into curling when you actually are watching it like head on at the stone, and like knowing that you have to have the precise motion, the right amount, also the leg work that it takes. I've never been able to actually watch the sport to the degree as we're now able to see it displayed with these new angles.
I still don't fully understand the rules, but like with the better angles you're talking about, is it clear? Because I know they're supposed to clear the ice or set it a certain way to optimize how it works.
Did the Canadians cheat yesterday or the day before? They used their finger and they pushed it with their finger.
You're not once the stone is gone and past the hog line, you are not allowed to touch it. You are going from hog line to hog line, and yes, it is called the hog line. I found that out last night.
Why don't you ask the Italian club that in the winter you guys should have curling, like they're bocce in the summer and curling in the winter.
Touche. By the way, Winstead apparently has a curling club.
There are some curling leagues in Connecticut. I've heard of that.
Yeah, no.
My buddy Jack Budney, he went with his buddy who apparently curls. So we were watching this probably we were watching this until probably 1 a.m.
It is oddly fascinating.
It really is. And they're all mic'd up. So we were watching the US men's and the US women. The men were competing against Norway, the women were competing against China. So everybody's mic'd up. So first we're watching the men, and we're just hearing the Norwegian. I'm like, Norwegian is such a funny language.
How much were you drinking while you were watching this? Were you curling as well?
No, honestly, no. I had a beer, but we're just like sitting there, like, because it went from the downhill events, and then moved up where Michaela Schifrin. She
another choke artist, choking two Olympics in a row.
Yeah, but that event, and the Italian woman, the oldest alpine skier to ever win gold, won her second one. Great race. Holy cow, was that fun to watch. And then it went to curling.
And then the other one that in no nastiness with this Corey, with what's her face, that with the ACL.
I was gonna say your argument has no legs to stand on, or at least maybe only one.
What the hell's her name? The skier.
Lindsey Vonn.
Yeah, so
Lindsey Vonn, whose leg might be gone.
Yeah. God. So, all right. Have any of the four? I know Corey never. I've had ACL damage. Have either one of you ever had ACL?
No.
Okay. So, first of all, it takes at least 12 months to be 90% or 80% healed. Okay. Not 6 to 8 days. The second thing is, if you've ever had ACL and meniscus damage, it feels as though your knee can fall off at any time. You have no there's nothing holding it together, kind of deal. So in a sport like skiing, the way she skis, what doctor in the world would clear her for that? I'm trying to understand, a coach or a doctor. I don't care what she said. I don't care if she said, I need to do this. This is my last year. I don't give a crap. There is no way with an ACL damage that you could do what she wanted to do. It doesn't make any sense. That's what holds your leg together. And you could put a whatchamacallit on it, a brace, all you want, and you could give yourself some drugs. And
which, by the way, I now want her tested.
No, that's not
drug test.
No, there's no need for that. I'm just saying, some coach needs to be fired, and some medical staff need to be and at least
Evaluated.
because she might have to lose her leg over this.
Oh God.
Yeah, no, I mean, like, serious.
She'll never walk normal, no matter what, ever again.
No, I mean, that's like my ACL is never ever really 100% healed after all these years. It you know, I can't understand how someone would have thought that was a good idea. And you know what? I'm going to take blame away from the athlete. The athlete says, I want to participate. Okay. But that's where your coaches and your medical staff say, no.
No.
You know, it's like boxers with the concussions. You know, I
I can do it.
You're probably old enough. Do you remember a fighter named Wilfredo Benitez? He was a welterweight champion, junior welterweight. He was the youngest.
Neither does he.
Okay. He was the youngest champion ever. He was like 17 or 18 years old. Became a world champion, junior welterweight. I think he won the middleweight. He eventually his first fight he ever lost, I think, was to Sugar Ray Leonard in the 15th round. But he just kept fighting, and he had some damage, and now he's probably 60 something years old. He's a vegetable. He's literally a vegetable. They let this guy, the doctors in that horrific sport, allowed him to just be beaten brain dead. And there's got to be accountability when you're a coach or a medical physician to say no, because the athlete's most likely going to say, I want to do it. You know, not everybody uses load management like the NBA.
Oh God.
That's the one sport. Now I'm making $45 million a year, dude. I ain't going out there. My leg hurts. I guarantee you would never see a basketball player with an ACL damage. Never. They're not playing. So I really got to question the American coaching staff and medical staff that they allowed her to go down a mountain with an ACL damage. And if she loses her leg, I don't care if she wanted to do it or not. That's malpractice by everybody on the American team allowing her to do it. So that's my 2 cents on the issue. But I'm trying to think with the Olympics itself. Have any of you? I've never been to the Italian Alps. Have you ever been there?
No, I haven't.
Central Italy, not northern.
Yeah, I've been to Rome, Naples, Florence, Sorrento. Like those areas. I went to Pompeii.
He was from the north. There are all where all the money was from. We don't like him in the north. Hey!
What are you talking about?
Columbus Day episode of The Sopranos.
All right. You're not allowed to watch TV. I've also banned you from having money. Every day there are boxes.
I can breathe again. You're making fun of me for being able to breathe. I bought a nebulizer. Like a personal, like battery, like USB-C rechargeable nebulizer. And my Lord, for over a year or two, I could not breathe right. I got sick after getting back from California. I bought a nebulizer. I can breathe.
Okay, he walks around with Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
The red light therapy too for the nostrils. I'm going with anything. I wanted to breathe again, damn it.
Can you please show the audience and our fellow panelists the ridiculous thing that you walk around and think works on your nose?
Oh, Jesus.
This is why Corey should not be allowed to have money, a credit card. There are things that get delivered here every day, and he's like so happy. And I'm like, what the hell did you just buy? This is the world's stupidest thing I've ever seen. But on this one, I'm going to let Dave analyze this because I feel that there is a comedy routine based when you see the stupidity of what this moron has gone on and bought. And look, I'm not going to say that I don't abuse the Amazon website greatly, but at least I buy normal things, like. All right, here he goes. This is okay. Yeah, show everybody what you think. All right.
So
we're anxiously awaiting this stupidity.
So the first piece that he referenced is the red light therapy thing that apparently, and again, whether or not it's a placebo, I don't know. I feel better, so fuck it.
I think your earphones are backwards, by the way.
For the moment, I'm gonna have to take them off again in a second. So what it does, you have two things for your nostrils. Goes in.
And this is like a filter, like it's supposed to filter the air you breathe in.
Oh my god.
Rudolph the Red-Nosed
No,
Reindeer.
it's just red light.
Oh my god.
Because red light apparently does things. It opens up your blood, whatever nostrils. It's probably bullshit, but
here's my next question.
yeah,
How much did it cost?
less than $25.
And that should have been given to a homeless
Actually,
shelter
excuse
or-
me, I think this was like $10.
Does it come with a book of ghost stories you can tell? While you're
Yeah. Yeah, no, but the one that
Who agrees with me that Corey should not be allowed to have money?
First of all, I thought he was gonna say like $200. I'm like,
No.
oh my god,
No.
way.
those ones are like 10 to 15, 20 at the most. This was $25, and the packet of 25 saline packets was 20. So this one, genuinely, when I was in the hospital, they had me on a nebulizer, and it was like the best. Goes over everything.
Once again, Corey should not be allowed to have money. It is.
Is this from the Cheech and Chong line?
Just saline.
Why
Yeah,
did
you just had a hookah and you'd have been all.
why were there the other one lit up? Is that part of the stimulation?
Yeah. So red light, and again, it could all just be horse.
The only thing I know about the red light is the district, and that's usually wrong.
But
Yeah,
like
no-
there, no.
no pimps are
Apparently,
going
it opens up your blood, your veins. It opens up your blood
The light
passage.
does?
Yeah, red light apparently has something. It's good for your skin for the same reason. It's probably bullshit. It
But
probably is. But you know
it-
what? I feel my nose opening up, and it could just be because there's something in your nose, like just spreading your nostril. But
Because it looked like yellow light, but is that just because it was inside your nose?
No, it's red. He looks like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Maybe it's the way the image
yeah.
is lit on. Okay.
Oh.
No, I see it there, but earlier, okay.
When
And
he
then-
first came upstairs, I'm like, "Are you auditioning for Santa's sleigh? What is the?"
Yeah, it could just be the
Slay.
way the lighting looks from on the camera here. Because
Yeah,
to me,
no.
that looks like yellow light.
Yeah,
but it
no,
might
it's-
look red in person.
It is
Okay.
red when you see it in
Okay.
person.
Okay. All
I
right.
am mystified that a human being spent money on this.
And,
But it just makes zero sense to me at all. But
no, but
whatever.
everyone should have during the winter months. Everyone should have a nebulizer.
I have a thing called a humidifier.
that would be a fun party.
Just a nebulizer party.
Can 10 people wearing them all fit in the back seat of a car?
Yeah.
Ye-
So
Need nitrous. Be fun. Woo!
Well, that's going to be way more than $25.
okay, stop, please.
4
I
for
don't know.
20, no deals. 4 for 30. 4 for 30, no deals.
But you know, these I don't know what Amazon would do, UPS, FedEx, if they didn't visit the Riemann house at least 4 or 5
Because
times.
you're worse than I am.
No, but I buy things that make sense. They're not.
I feel better.
I-
Does my pain bring you joy?
no, but your pain you bring me pain is what the problem is. But
Your
you
local
know,
Amazon people would call your home if 3
Oh.
days went by, just like, hey, you guys all right? We haven't had any deliveries.
absolutely. And then and then I see notifications going to the Brookline, Massachusetts every other day too. I don't know. I must have another house there that uses my account.
I at least have my own Prime account.
Yes. But anyway, every day I have some, but I'm just lazy and don't like going shopping anymore, ever. So it's just All right, we need tissues. I'm buying, the tissues. The hand towels for the bathroom. I buy the hand towels, the paper hand towels. I buy toilet paper, whatever you need.
Actually,
Amazon.
I'm gonna out him for the stupidest thing that he has on repeated order.
What?
He buys the same pair of these fake white Vans.
Oh, the
And
lugs.
he gets a new pair of them every 9 months. There's some poor child in a Southeast Asian
First of all,
country
it's not.
who's
It's
putting
about,
these things together for you.
if
And
you're gonna
but
say
at
it's
least what he's
probably,
not he doesn't pollute because he still has every pair of them in the house.
you're okay. You're wrong. The reason I buy the lugs is because they're slip on, and because
I'm not blaming you.
they make wides. They make a wide.
Okay.
I have wide feet, so I need wides.
Why do you need 10 pairs in the house?
Because the white gets uncolored. It goes from white to like brownie. It gets dirty.
I would like to remind you, it is still the month of February. It is still Black History Month. Thank you.
I have no idea what you're talking about, and you're a moron. But I like the white lugs. They're cool. But I do buy a new pair probably every 3 months because the other pair is no good.
But again, you don't pollute.
I do throw out. You have no idea what you're talking about. I throw out at least 1 or 2 pairs all the time. Every time I get a new one, I throw out another pair. But that goes without saying. It's a pair of clothing that I wear all the time. It's comfortable. I like it. The lugs are great. You slip them on, slip them off. Piece of cake. Some you wear with the nice pair you wear with your socks. The pairs that you wear around the house, you wear without socks. It's like slippers, except they're lugs.
Well, because I was gonna say, you now have the pair that you use when you take care of the pool. You have your around the house on the top floor pair. You have your, by the door pair. You have. No, it's funny. It's endearing. I'm not calling you a monster. I'm calling you funny.
I'm just saying I like Amazon because the minute I realize we're out of something, instead of like writing it down and waiting a week to go shopping, I go to my phone on Amazon and it's there within 48 hours. Sometimes it's there that same day. It's great. Amazon, and it's free because, you have Prime. And then, you have your Amazon credit card, so you get 5% off. It's great. This is a wonderful society. You never have to leave your house. It's perfect. I love it. Yet somehow I still go to the supermarket 14 times a day.
Because you want to go hit on my mother.
Well, I like hitting on your mother. It's funny. She works at the M&T.
Okay, I just worked at a bank. I didn't know it was in a store, but I'm guessing you have a special pair of Vans just for going to the grocery store.
Well, yeah, you gotta have yes, but yeah, no. I still, for whatever reason, yeah, and I wouldn't. Right, if I didn't have to, if your mother didn't work there, I probably wouldn't show up there either. But she does, so it's just easier.
Do they get mad? Like, Lisa, why is your boyfriend here again?
Again.
They'll never say it.
Well, they do the minute I leave. Like not come. Well, the worst thing is, I used to work in the role where I'd go to like 90 of the branches, but somehow I wherever Lisa was working, whether it was Winstead or here, I would probably end up there at some point, at least once or twice a week.
Crazy how that works.
To do some work there, but I told you guys the story what she did to me once. This is a true story.
What happens?
All right, so usually when I would get to a branch, whoever the branch manager was would give me their office because I had certain business that I had to get done, and they would give me, one of the nicer offices. But because I didn't really work directly for the bank, I did and I didn't. I was with a third party for the merchant services. I wasn't allowed to go back on the teller line. And in the grocery store branches, it's very small. So the only place where there was a copy machine or a way to fax or send a PDF was I would have to give it to one of the people on the line to do so. So, I'm in a suit and I'm in the office there. So I look like I probably have some sense of importance of some way or another. Okay. So the person closest to that entrance would be Lisa Joyce Riemann. And I nicely come out of the office and say, hey, when you have a few seconds, can you please send this to this address? I have it all written up, and send this over to this one for me, please. And she is rude and mean and said, I'll do it when I feel like it. Just go back into your desk or into your office. Now there are people on the line who see this happening, and I go back in the office shaking my head like, what a biatch. And the woman's like, should you have done that? I don't know who he is, but he looks like he's important. Should you have talked to him like that? She goes, please, I sleep with him every night. Then in which case you see the line of people just like stunned. And Lisa's boss at the time, she's like, it's her husband. It's her husband.
Oh boy.
And I'm like, really? So for those of you who all think Lisa's all sweet and nice always, she does have a mean streak to her.
Being with you all the time, I can understand how one gains a mean streak.
She's always been a sarcastic person. And she thought that was funny. And then when I tell people the story, she's like, oh, please, get over it. No, I was mentally traumatized by you that day. I was like, really? You can't just put the order through for me, please? Your branch is getting credit for it. Okay? Just make it happen. But yes, why I can't work with her anymore. No, she was my office manager for like 20 something years. When we had the one of our businesses, and when we first started the business, we had never worked together before. We went to college together, but we never worked together. And Lisa and I do not agree on how to do business. We have two very different ways of going about getting something done. I'm like, it doesn't matter, just get it done. She's like, rules and regulations and it's all annoying. So we had to make an agreement at some point that you cannot get mad at me on business deals because technically you work for me. But anything home related, like I want to build another addition on a house, or I want to buy a new house, or I want to do this, you're the boss and I can't say anything about it. I could give an opinion, but we can't get mad at each other. So it semi-works and has worked all these years where business decisions, investments, I make the decision and she doesn't give me hard time or death stares or things like that. And anytime she wants to get something house-wise or extension of house-wise or anything in the house-wise, she makes the ultimate decision on these particular deals. So we have figured out after 37 years of marriage how to make this all work. Just we definitely don't have the same business etiquette or way to go about doing business.
But it works.
But it works. We figured it out. Now, when it's Corey and I just start screaming at him when he gets mean to the point of
You get to that point for no reason sometimes, though.
No, working with you, anybody would get to that point. It's Dave. James hasn't really ever seen but Dave, when you tell Corey, hey, can you go in the house? Can you do this, and that, and just or can you bring this in? The man gets lost for 25 minutes, and then he comes back outside. Where's the thing that I asked you to get? And he's like, oh, damn it! Did I forget that? I'm like, what the hell were you doing for 25 minutes?
From the guy who can get hypnotized by his Facebook feed, and it's as though you're wearing ear pods, but you're not. but somehow you get lost in that phone, and you're in your own universe. Like, I could be talking to you at full volume, and you
No,
won't.
have you figured out that I'm ignoring you? I'm just trying not
No,
to.
but the problem is there's things that need to the second you realize something's not happening, dear God, like I will sit there for 15 minutes next to you waiting for you to say something. I will get up to pee. And by the time I'm just about to open the door to the bathroom, hey, can you come down here for a second? It's like, where have you been the last 15 minutes?
Well, because then I check and look up and I see that you didn't do what I asked you to do. And I'm like,
But I think some of the time you think you ask to do something, but again, we're all babes in Craigland, and
okay. Every other person, when I ask them to do something, somehow they're able to accomplish the task.
And I'm so glad that you know people superior to me. I am so glad that you keep company and break bread with such people of such note worth.
I asked them, can you do this and that? And they get it done. Like when Shannon was living here, I'd ask Shannon, can you do this?
Yes, your favorite child, yes.
Well, she is my favorite because she's at least the only one who doesn't bother me. Shannon, I ask her to do something. Or even better, I don't have to ask her to do something and things get done. Like I went and I was like, wow, someone vacuumed the whole. Not only did she vacuum, but then she emptied out the vacuum. I was like, this is a dream. What a wonderful person. This is why I love Shannon. No one else would do that in this house. I have to do all those things. So I'm just saying, there is a reason. But by the way, if anybody wants to go to Boston in the winter, it is the cheapest place in the world to go. Alicia's coming home on Thursday. Please, hopefully everything works out. So I was looking to see if I can go, just to go visit for a few days because I haven't seen her in a few weeks because she's been in the Middle East. And you could get rooms in Waltham, Massachusetts, where there's tons of hotels, Friday and Saturday for like $75 a night with the taxes. And I'm talking about nice 3.5 star, really nice, hotels.
This must have changed.
Not crap.
This must have changed. I had to stay up there for like back-to-back shows on like a Monday night and a Tuesday. A Monday you'd think would be the cheapest night. A couple of years ago.
That's a business night, Dave. Friday and Saturday is not business.
No.
Especially in like Waltham. That's where all the businesses are over there.
Okay.
The hospitals over there and all that. So the price jumps twice the amount.
Yeah.
To 3 times the amount. On the weekends, they're completely dead in that area.
Okay.
So but to also put it in the other perspective, even if you wanted to stay at some of the fanciest hotels in the entire city, like the Intercontinental or the Omni on the Seaport, we're talking about $230, $240.
Yeah.
A night, which in the summertime, you're talking $500-$600 a night. So, off-season travel is really the way to go.
Speaking of booking rooms and off-season travel,
yes.
What are we doing?
We're going to Newport.
Yeah.
Not on the same weekend as the marathon, which I had no idea was even a thing.
I didn't know there was enough Newport to have a marathon on.
Well, it probably goes through Middletown and around, like, that probably even by like Bristol, like where Roger Williams University is, and they probably go over and James.
Probably.
They'll go over, the Jamestown area there, right over the bridge. So I'm guessing. I don't know that's the path, but I would assume that. Yeah, you guys pick the weekend. That's like the busy, like
the busiest weekend of the off season.
Yeah,
I didn't know.
I'm like sitting there. Why in the hell are all the rooms booked and nothing? Like, because I have the RCI points that I can normally use, especially in Newport, because they have all those Wyndham properties all throughout Newport. There's not a room open. Nothing is open in this entire city, and the prices that they're charging were outrageous. So really, the only two places that were even reasonable were the Holiday Inn Express, where you get breakfast, and it's it's in Middletown, but close enough that an Uber's $10. You know what I mean? It's a piece of cake. And there's a lot more restaurants actually over there, like breakfast and lunch wise, and shopping over in the Middletown versus downtown in Newport. Or you can stay at the Howard Johnson's, which is one of the nicer Howard Johnson's in the country. I'm not going to lie.
Yes, it is.
Normally, I wouldn't stay at a Howard Johnson's, but the Newport one actually is very, very nice. It was one of those two properties that was all that was left. There was no place to stay there. It was ridiculous. Well, there is the Motel 6, but as we found out, you do not stay at the Motel 6. That
only time I've stayed in a hotel where I bought my own sheets.
We literally and
bought pillows and sheets.
I thought the band was coming, and we had a certain budget for the band, and it was Newport. I was like, well, the area is a nice area over there where the Motel 6 is in Newport. So I thought, okay, how bad can it be? It was bad. It was bad. It was Section 8 in there as well. It was bad. It was bad. And we got in there, and luckily there's a Walmart literally in the parking lot down the road. Lisa and I went and
We bought sheets, pillows, everything
to put on top of their stuff. They did not sleep.
I stripped it. I was like, I don't even want to be on top of their stuff. I'm like, fuck this.
So, no. That's the one, when Dom plays with us, Dom the drummer, from Long Island, Dom the professional. Dom used to be in the
extermination
business. So Dom brings his blue lights, like he's checking the sheets. He's making sure that there is no stains anywhere. So being Dom's roommate, at least you're not going to get bed bugs. The man checks exclusively for everything. But normally we stay in really nice places. It just happened to be that night. Now, it turns out none of the clowns showed up and all called at the last minute. So I had 2 rooms at this crappy Motel 6. Had these clowns told me that they were not going to be coming, I could have stayed in a nice hotel that night for the same money as the 2 hotel rooms. But oh no. So anyway, do not stay.
I got my own room. It was nice. I thought I was going to get murdered, but it was okay.
Wasn't there like the woman with like the 50 dogs?
Yes. It was really bizarre.
Grooming business, and all the dogs it was insane. Barking and anyway, never, ever, ever stay in 6, a travel.
It was weird.
Any of those places. Don't go below Quality Inn or La Quinta. And on a very rare occasion, Best Western Plus is good. As long as you get the Plus and above, Best Western good. Regular Best Western, not so good. If you can't get the Plus, don't go. So we have learned these things as well through the band traveling over the period of time. And look, depending on the area and everything like that, I always try to stay, at like a Hampton Inn, Best Western Plus, Holiday Inn Express. Those are like my 3 go-to for the band. We stay Homewood Suites, Embassy Suites, those kind of places generally, because that it's good. I try not to stay at like the Hilton Garden or a Marriott Courtyard because you don't get free breakfast. I try to look to place free breakfast. If we can get a pool and a workout area, whatever, I try to, and make it as close to where we need to be that next night or that next day. So, but, there's a budget. And when you have to get 3 rooms, it's costly. And stuff. So, Like when we go up to Stowe, we're back at the Matterhorn the
last weekend.
27th, 28th, and the 1st. We need 3 rooms for 2 nights in a row. So we have to actually stay in Burlington, which is like 40 minutes away. 45 minutes drive time away. And that's pain in the ass, but it's a lot. It's the prices in a room in Stowe versus the price in a room in Burlington are, half the price. You can get a room in Burlington, a nice place for $120 a night. Where Stowe, it's for a dump, you're staying at $240 a night. And when I say a dump, I mean a dump. A lot of those little motels, they don't have any chains in Stowe.
Oh.
It's all mom and pops.
Yeah.
So it's not easy at all. But that's the problem. Do you know it's 9:22 already?
Oh wow. I guess with that in mind, I'll do my album of the week here. A fun pick. It doesn't have anything to do with anything that we were talking about tonight. It's just a fun one. We were talking about as early as rock and roll can get. 1957's The Chirping Crickets. Buddy Holly and the Crickets. Buddy Holly was we forget, he was a great songwriter, but he was a recording whiz kid. He was a little bit kind of like a Les Paul to a degree. He was one of the first guys to play around with multi-track recording and like wanting to do overdubs in the studio. He wrote his own songs. He played on his own songs. He had fun with his own songs. And that album is a great example of that. It's the album that has That'll Be the Day on it. We're talking quintessential rock and roll, like rock and roll, not rock derivative, rock and roll music. It's that right there.
All right. James, what are you promoting?
I haven't done my podcast in the last month and a half. So I guess I'm promoting is get a good night's sleep. Overnight shifts absolutely suck. That's my promotion.
Well, yeah. It's been weird. Like I said, Alicia's been in the Middle East, so I have to count when she's in Abu Dhabi, it's a 9-hour difference. When she's in Doha, it's an 8-hour difference. So when in the next few minutes, within the next half an hour, Alicia will awaken and give me a call. And then when I wake up, she's going home from work back to the hotel. It's complete opposite time stuff. So I the sleep thing is crazy.
Yeah.
Sleep.
Overrated.
Sleep is overrated
For the week.
When you're sleeping, you're missing everything that's going on.
I'm missing everything. I don't have a life anymore. I work on weekends at night. It's terrible.
And you're getting married, so forget about a life.
Yes, I'm getting married in almost less than 6 months. I want to say, yeah.
Crazy.
I know.
Dave, what are you promoting?
I'll be the second one to promote James's new advice column and get some food. Corey's got my website up there. Thank you. I have a private fundraiser show in South Kingstown, Rhode Island on Friday. Knights of Columbus, Hamden, Connecticut on Friday, March 13th. A few other private events. And I've also been talking about the branch of the comedy fundraising organization, which you can link to from my page now. Corey, if you don't have the other URL, don't worry about it. It's on my, that one too. Thank you. So anytime anybody needs to raise money for any cause, please reach out to me.
And when you stay in South Kingston, when you're in South Kingston, do not stay at the Motel 6.
I'm probably just going to be there for one night, but if something happens, I'll just sleep in the woods.
There's a nice Hampton Inn in South Kingston. I know that for a fact.
Oh, Corey, good news. I'm actually off next Monday.
Woo! James is back.
Yeah, and I do have one question. Are we doing a fantasy baseball draft?
Oh, yeah. We got to find out when the Danny Henry was on this side of the country.
I have good news. I'm off March 9th and March 16th, which are both Mondays.
Which probably are right around when we
it's that will be my last show before I go to Canada.
Oh, I forgot you're going to Ottawa.
But we once again need to brag that a certain team was wire to wire fantasy baseball champion.
You mean Team USA, the women's hockey right now, wire to wire, 5-0, never happened in the history of the Olympics. To have 5 shutout games in a row.
They didn't win yet.
This has never happened though. There's never been a team that has made it this far off of exclusively shutout games.
Well, the Patriots said that once, and then the Giants beat them. So I would about this.
2 times.
They're going to jinx them. But back to the fantasy baseball that James and I drafted on this show to prove to everybody our genius and brilliance. We did it on the show, so everybody saw our war room there.
Yeah.
James and I were back and forth with the magazines, contemplating, calculating which positions, how much money we should. We were. It was pretty brilliant, and I would
love to do it again. I really would. That was fun.
Yes, we got to do that again. Wire to wire, the entire season in first place, swept through the playoffs without any problems. But we were great. Corey, what are you doing tomorrow?
I'm going to be playing keys with my buddy Bobby's band Cardboard Dreamhouse. I don't know how it's getting broadcast or what we're doing with it, but gonna have some fun playing some keyboards.
Yeah, it'll be on it's on a TV
public access
station. So we'll be playing. Corey will be playing music for Bobby's band, and it's all new music, original music written by Bobby, and it'll be for Cardboard Dreamhouse. So Bobby,
I've always joked how I want it to be the Bruce Hornsby of someone else's band. Jump in, add on some key lines.
So yes, Corey will be the keyboard player for Cardboard Dreamhouse this tomorrow morning. In any case, all the gigs are starting to popping up. Like January and February, very close. Not a lot going on. February,
Amen.
January actually was pretty busy. February though, we've taken a little break, but we will be playing in Stowe, Vermont. So all the colleges, all the people out there, everybody who's skiing. Yes, the Dilemma Band will be there. And the lineup, a little bit different. We will have Cody Bondra playing with us. He will be playing bass. Cliff will be playing lead guitar. Michael Lenosa will be playing the drums with Corey, doing his.
I'm playing the drums?
No, you're doing if Mike has to go to the bathroom in the middle of the set.
Did I get to play drums the last show, shows?
You did not.
Damn.
Mike didn't trust you. Yeah, no. And you will be the second best drummer there. Normally Jack's there, and you're really not the second best drummer there.
Yeah, without Jack, no, it is true.
So, you actually are the normal substitute for the position. But yeah, no, we'll be back in Stowe last weekend. And
it would be a dream to find like one of those moments where we can do like a 4-song set somewhere where I get to have my my moment where I get to sing and play, have my Don Henley moment.
Okay.
It'd be fun. Be a good time.
Would it be fun for the audience though?
No.
So let's not do it. There are videos that do come out every once in a while where Corey was drumming for somebody. That someone asked him to drum is just.
Sono Studios may or may not have a new theme song that features yours truly as the drummer.
That is true.
Did you not realize that was me drumming on that?
No, I knew it wasn't Cliff, so it was either you or him. And actually, do you have it to play the Sono Studios theme?
Loaded to go right now. I don't think so. No, not. I'll have it for next week.
Okay, and there is a song that will be coming out extremely quickly because it has been mastered.
Use the phrase soon.
Soon.
Because when you say extremely quickly, you get everybody soon.
Did you guys go?
I think I'm doing okay.
All right. So there will be a song called Songbird that will be coming out very shortly. Soon.
And it'll be on the Dilemma Band page?
Yes.
Yes. And
I'll make some kind of official announcement at some point, whatever the details and everything. There's so much crap that goes into putting out a song. All the things you have to do ahead of time before you even go to when you want to decide to put it out. Like, you have to send it in to get copywritten. You have to send it in to do this and that and all these things before you even get to it. And by the time you want to start promoting it, you never want to hear the song ever again.
The business side of anything creative is a huge headache, as I'm sure you all know.
Yeah.
But with that in mind, let's not even mention anything else about the release until it's time to, because I don't want to stress out, freak out, and have a complete overload and meltdown.
No, don't do that. But if you do, you have your nebulizer.
That's right. And your red nose. You know, it's a good thing you have a mother who actually loves you.
Yeah.
Let that be the closing remark for
Yeah.
With that in mind, donate to your local food bank, do all those things, enjoy every sandwich, and yeah, we'll catch you next week. All of us. See you next week. Next week, yeah.